I like how you just came up with that. That was good. Who are dealing with
broken relationships, it helps, or just need, more help with their networking and building relationships in business.
Okay. By hiring me or doing business with me, my customers or clients, like,
Have an experience that's more than just business. It becomes a more personal connection.
okay, I like that. Plus, blank.
Plus, they're encouraged to and inspired to build, continue building relationships and go out further and become more than they thought they could.
I like that. Notice this is more than your swaggerific business connector, right? So we see that it helps with blank.
It helps with all areas of your life, business, personal, and spiritual.
I like that. Can we give Rhonda a hand? Notice how they go beyond being a networking queen, a swaggerific connector, and everything else you want to tell us that you do, but you got to keep it in.
It's more than business.
Right.
So tell me it.
Right. So did you guys catch that formula? Let me call it out really quick. My name is blank. I am a blank. So for example, my name is AJ. I am a business coach. I help or assist blank. This is where you would do your customer type. What was yours? You don't remember?
No.
It's okay if you don't. It's on video. You're going to go back and write it down, right?
Right.
So for example, I help or assist women small business owners. And I have a few male clients too who are bold and want to show up as well. But also the next part of that formula is who's dealing with blank. Mine is lack of clarity, focus, accountability, and they're looking for results. So again, my name is blank, I am a blank, I help or assist blank, who's dealing with blank. And then that second part is you're telling us who your ideal client is and why we should send people to you by saying, by hiring or doing business with me, my customers blank. And here you're listing the benefits of your products or services. And so Rhonda, I love how you said, and I caught, building relationships beyond what you do. So maybe that's what the Metro ATL and beyond, not just the distance, but beyond your events, right?
Exactly.
Plus, list products, service, or benefits. Plus, list product, service, or benefits. It helps with blank. You're giving a reason. It helps with blank and blank. So my name is blank. I am a blank. I help or assist. You listing your customer type. Who's dealing with an issue, challenge, problem, or struggle. Whatever you know your clients are dealing with. They need help with broken relationships. They need help with connecting. They need help with event planning, because she did mention that. Then you're going to say, by hiring or doing business with me, my customers blank, and you're listing the results, the benefits, the service, the outcome of working with you. Plus, and then you're going to list another service or benefit. And then you're going to help say it helps with blank, and you're giving the reason why these people are working with you. So you're actually giving two reasons. Rhonda summed it up in the end, so you didn't even have to give two. Thank you, Rhonda. Can we give you a hand? Give Rhonda a hand. Thank you. All right, how we doing? Okay, so really quick, I'm going to run through just a summary of what we've done. I know it's been a lot, it's been overwhelming, but don't worry. If you guys are interested in diving in deeper, I'll share some more information with you about how you can do this for yourself and then take it a little step further. So real quick, I want to give you guys 4 key areas to always keep in mind when you're selling what you do. Because how many of you know, even when we're introducing ourselves, we're selling who we are. We're selling what we do, and we're selling that experience along with what we can now walk someone else through, or what type of referral would be ideal for us. Does this make sense? Mm-hmm. All right. So we're talking about how to reach your next customer and developing that super sexy signature speech. You guys remember that? And then we're talking about selling the benefits of your experience of working with you. Notice Rhonda was more of an experience, not just, oh, I'm having a black and white ball. But this is what you'll get from coming to the ball. This is why I'm doing the ball. This is who I'll help. This is who should be there, right? So it's starting to make sense. So you're selling the benefits, and you're mastering your message so that you can nail it every time. So if you follow the formula I just gave you, and then walk through what Rhonda and I just did, you'll nail it every time. And people won't look at you cross-eyed. They'll take your card, they'll follow up, they'll ask how they can support you because they get it, and then they'll go to events like this and shout you out and tell what you have going on because they understand what your message is now. So these are the 4 parts of a super sexy signature speech or story. It's similar to that 30-second elevator speech. Everyone knows what that is, right? But it's, again, sexier. It's you standing out. It's that brief moment where you get to share who you are, what you do, and why you do what you do. So remember that when you're introducing yourself at other events, even if you have that 60 seconds, put all of that in there. So once you guys go home and work out the formula, it'll start to come together and make sense. But also, you're telling people, again, what those potential customers look like for you, all in that speech. So these are the 4 components of the speech that might convince a potential or new client that you are just what they need. You are why they need to be at your event. You are why they should trust you versus someone else. Because, you know, we have competitors, right? But if we're standing out and we've developed that speech and we've mastered that message, we're now showing up as the boss in our business because we know why people should come to us. So number 1 is the struggle. Focus on the struggle. What have you personally been through? That's what you guys listed on your paper. That's what Rhonda said on the Bopra couch today and talked about. She didn't know she was on her own network on Periscope, but she was. That's the struggle. Number 2, then when they need to hear your solution, you'll be able to tell them how you overcame. So you wrote out 5 things you've been through, you circled 3, and you selected 1. Now you're able to break down a solution. So while infidelity, it started out as infidelity, look now how her solution is, I can help walk other men and women through this process. I can link it to a business event. It's going to make you money because they're going to pay to be at your event. So you're linking it all together. And this is preferably through a step-by-step system. You can walk someone through what you did to successfully overcome that situation. Now you're teaching. Now it's a business. It's a business revenue model. And you're increasing your income because you're sharing those steps. So you see how your message is walking you through making your money as well. Number 3 is they need to be able to understand your journey. So while it seems like a painful thing that you wrote down, you made it through. And you made it through for some reason. But you need to be able to talk about how it helped you, how what you've learned, which is your solution, can potentially help them, and you're selling them on that process. So if I knew Rhonda could help me through heartbreak, I'm coming to the ball. I'm showing up at her next event, right? And then number 4, you're indeed the expert to help them achieve that same success that you've reached. That's number 4. So you got the struggle, the solution, you got the success, and then you have, let's see, I skipped one. That's right. Struggle, solution, journey. There you go. No, sold. I'm sorry, I was doing my S's. Sold, and then 4 is the success. So they want that same sexy success. How did you make it out? How can you help me to make it out? And then a bonus, they want to know how to connect with you and learn more. How can we take it further beyond the event? And so speaking of learning more, I have walked you through 4 modules of what I walk my clients through in a 12-module series. So coming up, I have a 7-day training that's going to go through this, dive in, and even more. So I want to give you guys more about walking through those modules as far as mastering that message. And then it's going to teach you how to do what we just did in a nutshell and then some. Because you have the information, you're going to take it, you're going to try to apply it, but you need someone who's done it, and you need to hear other success stories like Rhonda's, like Nicole's, like a couple other people in the room who have worked with me through a program like this. So I'll be here to answer more questions if you have it. Just know that I created this, as I mentioned again, because I'm tired of hearing people talk about what they do, but they talk about how they do it and not why they do it. So if you're ready to talk more about why you do what you do, I'm in the back. And I just want to leave you with the message that, number 1, someone somewhere is waiting on you to walk in your destiny so that you can walk in. Someone somewhere is waiting on you to walk in your destiny so they can walk in theirs. Do everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Do everybody feel that? Do you know it and believe it in your business?
Yes.
Okay. And then finally, when you show up and when you let your light shine, when you master your message, you're also giving someone else permission to do the same. I'm Andrika J. Austin, the Socialprenista. Thank you guys so much.
Okay, Adrian, before you leave, we have time for maybe 2 questions. So anybody, real quick? No questions? That's never happened. Come on, really? No questions? Well, you were that awesome.
Then
They have no questions,
let
they're
me-
gonna come
I'll
see you
make a
personally.
I'm gonna make a comment that
Okay.
those of you that have not worked with AJ, it's worth every bit of what you invest, because what she gives you and what you invest multiplies exponentially, and you dig deep into things you've never thought about before, maybe avoided, maybe intentionally, maybe unintentionally. And you have to answer to her, or she'll ball you out. But I did do it. She hit one area that I let her know, I'm really struggling with this part of what you're asking me to write down and do. But, it's phenomenal.
Thank you, Patty. Gerda?
I have a question. What do you, when you find out this message and what you're supposed to be doing, and you find you're actually in the wrong, or not the wrong, but not necessarily the most important group of people you should be with, you have to actually step out into a new group of people, how do you get to that point?
That's a great question.
Is that what some of this helps with?
That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked it, because I've had people completely change the model of their business after going through this course. And it's not about changing what you do, it's about changing who you're talking to. So remember, we talked about when you master that message, you're gonna start connecting with a community of clients. But you gotta first know what to say, then you gotta know where to show up, and you gotta know how to sell it without being salesy. Does that make sense? So just for example, I walked you guys through a course that I sell, but you got a lot of it for free, but it's not everything you need. So for people who are ready to take that next step, they're gonna meet me in the back to say, okay, what do I need to do now? Because I wanna show up, and when I show up, people get it. Like, I can do what I just did with you guys, and I literally did this in a Facebook chat in 10 minutes. A girl came to me, she wanted to know how to make more money. I went to her website and saw what she was not saying. I said, here's your message. And it was in a Facebook chat. We didn't even have to get on the phone. So when you have that narrowed down, have that system and that formula, and you follow it, like I mentioned, you nail it every time. So if you have more questions, I'll be happy to answer those too in the back. Anyone else? Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we got a few different little shifts that we need to take care of. Few items of business. First, we have the drawing. Did everyone that wanted to participate in the lunch drawing put their dollar and business card in? Somebody said not yet.
The topic, injury agent, did a
Anyone else?
presentation each Monday.
Everybody in that want to be in?
At the B2B. So this is, these are entrepreneurs and small businesses in the area. And we meet here at ITT Tech before starting the week. Come together, share some things, events, things that we have coming up, how to support each other. And there's, like I said, a speaker each week. And once you come to the meeting for, 5 times, you can actually do a presentation on your business.
Wonderful and has extra energy.
I'm on Facebook. I didn't do Periscope. I did Facebook. 'Cause I want to do it more local.
All right, that's everybody.
Now comes we call this the lunch drawing. Everybody puts in a dollar in a business card. I always forget to bring a dollar.
Okay.
So the person who wins the drawing gets.
The pins you just got was just my thank you guys for your cards. We're doing our drawing.
You want me to hold the money?
You always ask, and the answer is always the same.
I'm hoping, keep hope alive.
The topic is how to be the bomb in the business today. I tried to get this close, and you guys can follow her.
Can I win? I'm hungry.
Hey, Ruth Mark, how are you? Sharice, Kim, Carter,
Kathy Yeager.
Oh!
Kathy Warren.
That's right. Because he comes expecting to win. Okay,
You do win a lot, girl.
I know,
Go
I'm
bless.
getting this picture. AJ, come back one more time.
We've got some hard cash up here today.
And you know, one thing, did you talk to me about you? She mentioned some of the things that she does, but she does more than what she said. Go to her website, author and all that good stuff.
Sure.
There's a lot of stuff that she mentioned. What?
She has books.
She has books, webinars, and all kinds of good stuff.
You're welcome.
So guys, I mentioned the 7-day course. It actually starts next Monday, and it's $197 only today because it's a $497 course. So if you guys are interested in signing up, you won't see it on my website, but if you talk to me today, we'll get you signed up.
AJ, make that dot between, in front of me, yeah, there.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Kathy.
yeah. Because that would be easy to,
So this is how to find me online if we're not already connected. I'm at Socialprenista. I call it Uplift, UPLIFT, so I can remember everything. So U is for YouTube, P is for Periscope, L, LinkedIn, I, Instagram, F, Facebook, T, Twitter. Socialprenista. And the boss of got me.
.com.
No,
Got me. The boss of got me.
Dot me is actually
Oh,
a,
yeah. Do the long way.
there's.
Oh, I was gonna
those
list the other
Yeah,
day,
you get
or
the
list the other day of like
Money, money.
319
Money.
extension.
Awesome.
All right. Let's give AJ a hand. We're about out of time, so next we got to come back so you can hear our read and write it, man, because we're pretty much out of time. I'm going to run the announcements. We kind of had a little bit of a shout out, so if you have shout outs, let's take a shout out real quick, because I know that's always important so you can see the power of the group. Anybody have a quick shout out? Okay. So,
Cassia, just wanted to thank her.
Okay.
I did business with her. I got some life
okay, wonderful.
And Cassia and Kai Wing for being part of my photo shoot at Irish Big Pub.
And my shout out is to her for keeping me and my husband legal. We're doing our taxes year after year, so I appreciate that.
I'm fine.
Okay, there you go. So you got two things we put out.
Vonda,
Yes.
just a shout out that Candy already left, but we just did her badges, again for her, they changed their logo. And also, I did the badges for ITT, who is our host,
Yes, excellent.
I guess. if you
Yes,
want.
they are.
Another one. Patty Wayne, Wayne Travel for organizing my coloring cruise, October 29th,
Oh, wow.
November 3rd. You're all invited.
Very nice.
When you pay.
I thought that was like a group effort that y'all was gonna pay. Y'all
I
invited
mean,
us.
that's kind of a big part of it.
I like the way Alice or something said it.
And I also wanted to thank Nanette for doing more badges for the Douglas County Humane Society too.
And really, I have to shout out to AJ because usually whenever I call her, she will fit us in her schedule, and you always have such a wealth of information to share. I didn't give you much of a introduction, but I guess I'm assuming that most everybody know you, but maybe there are some that don't. So I do apologize for that, but I do thank you for always showing up when we ask you to come share, because you always have such wonderful things to tell us about and lure us into those classes. Because really, honestly, because I have taken a class, it's been a while, it's probably time for me to get back in there, but it's always well worth. Whatever she's charging, you don't want to feel like you didn't receive what you came for. And I know she's got some other clients in here, because I think you kind of gave a testimony or something when you came to a First Friday. Did you come to a First Friday event? Yeah, because you kind of shared a little bit about, you kind of went through what Rhonda did. And I remember that. So if we can remember it, and I haven't seen you since that time, then that means it's been impactful. So you might want to consider getting with her and taking a class or two.
Thank you,
Okay.
Rhonda. Did everybody get a card? I'm sorry, we lost count. Anybody need a card?
All right, I'm going to run the announcements real quick. And shout out to Rita and Helinda. They were the two that represented B2B. You know, we had this great idea. We were all going to volunteer for the day of service last Monday? Last Monday. And I know I wasn't feeling the greatest, and I'm praise God I'm feeling better. I'm still not 100%, but I'm not 80. But they still went, and I hope you saw a picture of them on Facebook. And they wore our new shirts. And really, this is kind of funny because we got the shirts totally to wear to the event. And so if you have not paid, Grace checking to see what her logo looks like. Thank you, Grace, for the logo. So if you haven't paid for your shirt, please do that so I can, recoup my finances. So please do that. But thanks, Rita, and Helenda's not here this morning for you guys going, and they could have went since the rest of y'all not coming. I ain't gonna put on the shirt, but they still put on their shirt and they represented B2B, and I know you did it well, so thank you. Next Monday, Dawnette Gannigan with Colgan Wellsprings will be our sponsor and breakfast provider. The ribbon cutting this Thursday, 11:30 at Chamber. Stella Dot and Peak Collective with Lindsay Patton. I think I messed that up. I think that's all one thing. But that's going to be at the Chamber this Thursday. It's free to attend those ribbon cuttings. Whenever you see ribbon cutting, you can just show up regardless of where it is. The AAFT Symposium is $35 at West Georgia Tech. That's Rita's Foundation that she just talked about. She has tickets. And guys, if you can't come, you can still bless somebody with that ticket. Or just sow into that foundation, because it is an awesome place to be able to sow into somebody else's life, and especially young people. First Friday, the Tuya. That's going to be, I don't know the exact date, but it's the first Friday. It's always the first Friday of the month. February 5th. All right. And then Metro ATL and Beyond, Friday, February 12th, 6 to 9. And that's going to be
At the Iowa Community Center, that's actually 9:30.
6 to 9:30. $45 for single, $75 for couple.
And I do still have a couple of tables for vendors and sponsors.
All right. February the 19th, 10:45 to 1:15. Metro Atlanta and Beyond. Is that Lunch and Learn?
That's Lunch and Learn.
Lunch and Learn,
That one
25.
will be Joanne Funches follow-up. It's a follow-up.
Okay. All right, and that's $25 in advance, $30 at the door. Where are we? February 4th, Partisan Education. That's going to be, is that, where is that? Is that one going to be at Central? That's going to be at Central Baptist Church. And guys, if you are not already a Partners in Education, any business owner or just even an individual that wants to partner with the school, that's a great opportunity to come out. There'll be breakfast there, more explanation about Partners in Education. The principals and the different administrators from the school will be there for you to connect with them to sign up to assist the school. And that can be with your time, your money, your products, whatever it is that you have. That's a great time of networking, but a great time for paying it forward. Scope Day, Atlanta, Saturday, January 30th, downtown. I'm sure Yolanda, you got to tell me what
I'll
that
tell you what that is. Internationally, there have been cities all around the globe that have literally shown you essence of their city via Scope, where they get like 60 scopers. Everybody scopes for like 15 minutes. I've been selected to scope Douglasville in this. I mean, the entire world will be watching. So I've got to scope for 15 minutes in downtown Douglasville. My hope is to make it from Tuya to the clock tower, or the clock tower to Tuya, and just walk that area and talk and narrate for 15 minutes. And I think,
Where's the clock tower?
Clock tower is right there in front of the conference center. There's a clock tower there. So I'm hoping I can go from, I'm hoping either I'm going to go from Tuya down, catch Greta, catch the museum, and then turn through O'Neill Plaza and stop there. That might be as far. So if anybody could be there and wave and say hello and just kind of, and I know, Rita, your thing is going on, but it's 15 minutes. And then, I'm going to jump on and then I'm headed. What time are you over? Because there may be a time change. What time? 1:30. 1:30. So I could possibly select another time. But I don't know how far where you are is to downtown.
You're not going to be able to walk in.
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm just saying, if I wanted to support her event to get to. But
15 minutes, maybe.
Where is the tech thing?
Timber Ridge, right off of,
Because we can probably get maybe like a 3 o'clock instead of because 12:15 it was supposed to be this Saturday, but with the snow out, they moved it to Saturday, which is supposed to be like a nice 60 degrees. But to show Douglasville 15 minutes to the world, I mean, the numbers of people watching these scopes, and we've got the Georgia Aquarium, all of the civil rights people will be scoping, radio stations will be scoping. and then to, show downtown Douglasville, it's gonna be absolutely awesome. Awesome.
All right, then we got 27 Answers, Brand Like a Man, Tuesday, January the 26th. That's tomorrow. Right, yeah. Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, that is our webinar for this week. I do a Facebook Live. You can do webinars on there. So I'll be doing a webinar tomorrow night. It's called Brand Like a Man, and it just kind of takes you through steps, things that men have said that they do that women could do, and that women don't do. For like when you hear women talk about selling, they like, but not selling. But no, men just go straight for it. Men take advantage of opportunities and they're not fully ready. Women feel like we have to be fully ready. So we're going to talk about that. So all the secrets that men have told me through 14 years of blogging, how they found success.
Vonda,
Yes.
do you have your speaker for the, not next Monday, but the following Monday?
The
I saw some blanks on the calendar.
you know what? I know we have two. Cassie took the sheet because I know you're doing.
I think like 3
a
people
Facebook
signed
Live.
up. Yeah, we're talking about Facebook Live.
What was the dates? 'Cause
We hadn't
Cassie
set a
had it
date.
down.
We hadn't
Okay.
set a date.
I know there's 2 people that signed up. That's one of them for February, but you have.
I want to nominate Pleasant Smiles here in the front, our empowerment coach for women.
Okay.
She'll have a great message.
All right. Well, we would have to get with Cassie to find out what the dates were because she had it on the sheet this morning of the dates that we needed, and I really don't know.
Okay.
I know we have a Facebook Live class, and then I know I present somebody else. So if you still have, yeah, give me your card and we'll check with Cassie with the calendar.
Thank you.
All right, and then March 18th, as we stated, was the vending vibe. Through February the 18th, it is $40 for vendors. And then after that time, it will be $50. So if you're interested in vending at that event, see me, and we can make that happen. And then also see me if you have not paid for your t-shirt or picked it up. All right, with that, we are out of here.
Can I do a shout out for Douglasville real quick? I don't know if anyone noticed this or not.
No, you can't do the show.
It's too late, she's already.
I know, but
That's fine.
Go ahead.
I'm not a Survivor watcher, but if you all do not know, on this year's new season of Survivor, there is a young lady from Douglasville that will be on Survivor.
Awesome.
She's a professional bodybuilder,
Oh.
and she's just cute as a button. So yeah, I'm not gonna watch it, but yeah.
I think we should watch it.
I
I love Survivor.
But yeah, we have someone from Douglasville on Survivor.
Awesome.
So well, you want to keep trying to tell everyone
Going to
things
Super Bowl?
are happening in Douglasville.
Cam?
And
We
when,
playing Cam too?
and when you get someone from Douglasville on Survivor, that proves what Yolanda's been saying. The buzz is happening in Douglasville.
Of course.
All right, so with that, so we are out of here. Go forward, pay it forward, earn some money, and continue to network. And we'll see you next week.
And anybody who wants to take